Character sets, the computer equivalents of alphabets. Every computer device recognizes a certain number of characters, and most computers communicate using these shared character sets. Computers only understand numbers internally, not the letters, not the punctuation, so we need to represent them as numbers. We might write them in a table and assign a number to each letter like this. A is a 1, B is a 2, C a 3, and D is a 4, and so on. Now in English, there are 26 lowercase characters and 26 uppercase, plus 10 digits and about 25 punctuation symbols. So how big does our table of equivalents need to be? Well, it's 26 plus 26 plus 10 plus 25, that's 87. The most common encoding is known as ASCII, while the other one is called Unicode, and that's the set which is used by all modern software. Why is it important to know about these character sets? Well, here's a case in point. This is a Russian language news site. The text is in Cyrillic, the 32-letter alphabet used by Russians. I can force the browser to display it in Chinese, but the text doesn't become Chinese in meaning. It loses it completely, becoming a random combination of Chinese characters. And we don't like random in our computers, do we? Early computers had no screens or keyboards and talked in binary only. The interesting thing is, the ability to transmit characters was already present then. In fact, it existed before computers ever came out. You might have heard of something called telegraph, and its lesser-known cousin, teletype. We can think of these as remotely controlled typewriters. A person on one end types a character, only uppercase by the way. This sends a pulse of electric energy down the wire to the other typewriter, which pulls down the same key to the paper. Back to computers. At one point, computers had enough memory to move on from their calculator days to the next phase, so various data types needed to be stored. Computers now needed to represent letters, but internally they still did everything in binary, and still do to this day. In 1963, based on the earlier telegraph standards, they, and by they I mean the American National Standards Institute, known as ANSI, came up with the ASCII character set. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Notice, no word for computers.